5:15 in the morning. Hello. Oh, it's so cold. Hello and welcome everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morrow.
Nobody talked to me until 7.
Yeah, sounds good. Sun's not up yet? I'm not up yet.
The sun's not up yet? No eye contact. The first thing you need to know about a same day edit is the screen. No matter what car you put it in, it goes end to end. It makes this lovely bouncing spring noise the entire drive. You know what? Nobody asked you. Rest easy, child.
I'll never take a break.
Oh, there's my car. Okay, so we got here about an hour and 15 minutes early. This unit has a balcony with an incredible view, so we're all out here, A, enjoying the view, and B, getting some shots. Monique is on the drone. Johnny's setting up a time lapse. Alex is getting some additional establishing shots. It's also very bright out here. Can't see anything. Also, Michelle, our bride, is not here yet, so we're not just hanging out on the patio. We're not bride yet. The wonderful thing about drone coverage is you can work from a very relaxed position.
Hi.
Oh, hello!
I'm Monique. Hi, Michelle. Nice to meet you.
I'm Dave.
Hi.
Doing your BTS video today.
Yes, I watched a lot of your videos.
Yeah?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
Learned a lot of things. I was like, oh my God, we gotta do this.
Thank you. Okay, so while we have some extra time, let's touch base on the timeline. We got here at about 8:15. Our official call time is 9:30. That's pretty standard practice for us to try to arrive about an hour early. That gives us time to find parking, figure out where the bride and groom are, and start knocking out some of our establishing shots. Michelle is scheduled to put on her dress around 10. They're scheduled to get picked up by the limo around 11. It's about a 20 to 40 minute drive to the church in Santa Monica. So they have that scheduled on the timeline from 11 to 12, which is great. Always, always, always build in extra padding for travel time. Their mass starts at 1, and it is currently 8:56. Monique just texted me asking me if there's a good spot down here to shoot the dress. I really like this little cove right here, so let's see if we can find something in there. What about right there? Get the slider out and do like a little shot like that. Also, I forgot to say that part of what I like about this spot specifically is right behind me there's a spot where if we're sliding the camera just right, we can get some lens flare popping in and out of frame. So, let's see if it works. Okay, so if you go like right there and slide at an angle and you get it. I keep on running. Okay, ran down to Peter's room to grab a couple of quick shots of Alex working down there. Just got the text from Monique that Michelle is putting her dress on in a minute. So I'm gonna pop in here to get that. Okay, that's not where any faces are. We are done with Michelle and Peter. Getting ready. We're heading out to the church a little bit ahead of everyone. There's plenty of space. Come on in.
This is their production team.
Yeah. Very packed in here with family.
We can fit more in. Come on in.
We're getting more people in.
Good morning.
Still 9 more floors to go.
Hey, Filipinos can fit a lot.
Well, we're gonna see because they're stopping on 8.
Let's see who this one is. Oh, you're gonna know the next car.
Okay, so they are, what I was trying to say is they're doing some bridesmaids photos and some groomsmen photos before they head out to the church. So this is like a classic situation where we just need to prioritize our time. Bridesmaids photos and groomsmen photos by themselves, not together, is not as important for us as bridal party photos. So in this situation, we're gonna pass up on the bridesmaids and groomsmen photos so that we can get over to the church because there's some traffic right now. It's 11:15, so we should get there just before or right at 12. And the mass starts at 1. So that'll give us an hour to an hour and 15 to get exteriors of the church, to get interiors of the church, and to start getting all of the gear ready to go. Also, key advice on a wedding day, especially a 12-hour wedding day, anytime you can sit, sit. The other rule with an 8-hour wedding day, or in this case a 12-hour wedding day, is pack snacks. Lots of snacks. Okay, before guests start arriving, let's talk about some of the unique challenges of filming a ceremony in a Catholic church. Also, I have the gorilla pot. Okay, we won't do that. The two main challenges of filming a church wedding are Ooh, that looks lovely. Okay, let's do a time check. It is 12:32. The mass is gonna start at 1. That is another thing to know about church ceremonies versus outdoor ceremonies or non-religious ceremonies in general. Church ceremonies start on time, period. Whereas any other ceremony, usually the invite time is like the, hey, it'd be nice if you were here by this time because we're gonna start like 15 to 30 minutes later. That's not happening at a church. If your mass is at 1, your mass is at 1. So let's go check in on the team. They should be finishing up getting their establishing shots, their detail shots, and starting to get the gear flipped and ready for the mass. What I'm seeing at this church actually is the altar is lit very well. That does mean that during processional, they're gonna be in different light than when they get to the altar. So what the team will do is they'll actually decide on 2 white balances. They'll decide on a white balance for the processional and then a white balance for the altar. Also, I realize we haven't talked about the same day edit at all yet. And the way that our process works, we will storyboard out the same day edit. We'll have our song ready to go. We'll have our file ready to go. All that will be done in the days leading up to the wedding. And then on the actual wedding day, we won't dive into it until after the ceremony. So for the first generally 4 hours of the day, the lead shooter is focused on shooting. And then it's not until after the ceremony that they'll then dip out and start to dump the footage and edit it. And that's when shooters 2 and 3 will take over as the main 2 shooters. So we will definitely be talking more about the same day edit after the mass. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to talk while this is happening, so let's talk now. What you're gonna see is Monique and Ariel, the photographer. They are gonna walk out and kneel at the foot of the aisle for processional. At the same time, Alex, our second shooter, is over here with his tripod ready to get Peter's reaction when Michelle walks down the aisle. Once Michelle gets about 2/3 of the way down the aisle, that's when Monique will bail out to the opposite side of Alex, and now we have 2 shooters on each side of the ceremony. Okay, so earlier when we left while they were still doing some photos with Michelle and her bridesmaids and Peter and his groomsmen, this is why we weren't super worried about missing those photos, because we knew after the ceremony they would get together as a whole bridal party to do actual bridal party photos. So it's not that we don't want to capture those photos like outright, it's just a prioritization of time and resources. So in that particular instance, we prioritized getting to the church because we were kind of getting close on time, and we knew that later we would get these shots. I'm here with Alex, man on the street. Alex, how you feeling so far today?
I'm feeling great. Wow, the camera's in my face, so I'm just loving it. I'm not uncomfortable at all.
That's Alex, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're all done at the church. We are on our 6, and we still have 6 more to go. Monique is now in the passenger seat. She is starting to dump and sort footage so she can start editing. It's 3:15, we show at 9:30, so we have just over 6 hours. How are we looking, Monique?
Taking a dump.
Get out.
Oh, doggo.
Quality content. Hey, buddy. Not a bad vendor room setup today. We've got a couple of tables up here on this balcony overlooking the dance floor. Okay, so it's 4:30. Here's kind of the logistical puzzle right now, and this is very common. Oh, look, here's our team getting ready to shoot some portraits. The couple's going outside for a few more couples portraits, and then they're gonna be done. It's also getting dark outside, so we're just limited on time remaining anyways. The other issue is that cocktail hour starts at 5:30, and then guests are invited inside, I think at 6:30. So in theory, we should have 2 hours to shoot the reception details. But what I noticed right when I walked in, and something that we're always looking for, is the cocktail space clearly separated from the reception space, or are they right next to each other? If they're right next to each other, people are not going to leave the reception space alone. They're just gonna start sitting their stuff down, they're gonna start sitting down at their tables, and we're gonna lose the ability to get those nice reception details shot. So because I'm not seeing a clear delineation between cocktail hour area and reception details area, we kinda need to presume that at 5:30 when cocktail hour starts, we're gonna lose our chance for the big room shot. So now Monique is editing, Alex and Gianni are down right here. I just knocked over Jenga. That is very close. Sorry, the steering wheel. This is also the highest and closest I've sat to a steering wheel in a long time. This was a very intimate driving experience. I am so close to the lens right now. I'm uncomfortable. As we walk back over, let's check in on the timeline. So, to review, door to Spring Street is closed. Okay. How do I leave this parking garage? We have the main doorways that feed into this grand staircase. Cocktail hour is up there to the best of my understanding. Wow.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay, so we got a sushi bar going in up here at the cocktail hour area. Here is half of the space. There's the other half. Okay, I have to show you this. This might be the most like detailed kids setup I've ever seen. So they've got games, and then this is what kills me. This is what kills me. The juice boxes are like meticulously displayed along with all kinds of fruit snacks and crackers. So update on our fears about how people were gonna flow during cocktail hour. They put up ropes, they closed the doors, and they actually did do what we were hoping they were gonna do, which was when people walk in, they get funneled straight up that staircase to cocktail hour. Oh my gosh, who knocked over that Jenga? Okay, can we film a little BTS advice for brides? Okay, during cocktail hour, do this. sit down, get off your feet, get some food, get some water, rest and eat. Okay, I'm saying rest and then I'm realizing I'm in your space filming you. So I'm gonna let you rest.
It's okay.
But do this. Follow Michelle's advice. It is just about 6 o'clock up in the vendor area. So let's check in with Monique.
I am putting church details.
Okay.
So I already have the first part of the day done. This is what I got.
Wow. Good progress so far. That's one of the nice things about getting your editing done early. Even if you, like today we have 12 hours. But even on a normal 8-hour day, sometimes there'll be like a pocket of 30 minutes or 60 minutes earlier in the day that you can knock out some editing. And that'll just help you later in the day if you really want to go down and you have like a shot in mind for first dance that you really want to go get. You have the freedom to go get it because you're ahead of the curve. Wow, that white balance is terrible. It's not me, it's the auto white balance. Okay, leave me alone. 7 o'clock, grand entrance is about to happen. Monique is far enough ahead in her edit that she's able to come down and join. So they're getting staged for grand entrance, straight into first dance, straight into toast. Okay, we just found out the first dance is choreographed. So Alex jumped onto a tripod with a wide angle lens so that he can get that shot of the first dance, because we film a choreographed first dance completely different than how we would film a normal first dance. So this is actually pretty common to do cake cutting kind of off the record, not make an announcement for guests, really just do it for your photo and video so that you can get back to the party, or in this case, get back to dinner. Did you notice how well lit they were compared to the rest of the guests? So that's like a general brightness level of the room, whereas they are much more evenly lit. That is the power of bringing lights. 1, 2. Okay, literally coming at you from the stairwell because it is so loud now that the band is playing full time for the rest of the night. It's 9:04, so we're about 25-ish minutes from showing. Monique is wrapping up her edit, and then in the next 10 minutes or so, we'll start taking the projector, the screen, and all of the cables downstairs and start getting that set up and ready so that as soon as Monique is ready and as soon as we're ready to show, all we have to do is slide the projector like onto the dance floor, plug it in and hit play. When we set up for same day edits, we always set the screen up just off the dance floor. We still want it central so everyone can see it, but we don't want to have to stop dancing to set it up, and we also don't want to have to like hold the dancing from restarting to tear it down. So we'll have the screen just off the dance floor, and then we'll have the projector on an extra chair ready to just slide out onto the dance floor as soon as we announce it. Oh, and then we'll also pull 2 chairs out for Michelle and Peter so they have front row seats for the same day edit. So I didn't get to see any of it, but it sounded like it played really well. Congratulations! You did it! I suppose I should help with teardown. I'll go put this away. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this film, if you enjoyed that same day edit, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you know every time we post. Do us a solid, hit that like button, helps us with the algorithm, and join us in the comments below. And until next time, oh look, I got out of helping pack the car because I was doing this. Smart.